Hey, Bill and Jeff with Beer Bros. We're here in sunny Modesto, California at KASE Manufacturing. We're here with Drew Ford, the Chief Science Officer for KASE, at a Type 7 manufacturing facility. Drew, can you kind of explain to the audience a little bit about what a Type 7 manufacturing license does?
Sure, so Type 7 manufacturing license is going to refer to volatile extraction. Volatile extraction is basically just going to refer to hydrocarbons. So that's your butane, your propane. The license allows you to do either or, as well as any other type of solvent manufacturing. So ethanol, solventless with water. We would be allowed to do CO2, but that's probably the only one that we don't do here. So over here, we've got our hydrocarbon room. This is where we do all of our butane extraction for our bulk product.
And then what types of end-use products are you producing with those extraction methods?
With hydrocarbon, you're going to make live resin or cured resin. Live resin is specifically going to come from fresh frozen material that's been harvested and frozen basically within the first hour to 2 hours of being harvested. Cured resin is going to come from something that's going to be dried, cured over time, and generally that refers to specifically hydrocarbon extract. Then you have your live rosin, which is something we're just getting into that we're really excited about. Then we also produce distillate and full spectrum oils here, so that's going to be from your ethanol extract. This is a live resin vape mix already ready to go, decarbed, ready for pens. This can just go directly into your filler.
Let's talk a little bit about terps and what you guys are getting into scientifically with that.
There's all these different things that terpenes can do, that's great. With our initiative, the Terp Incubator, what we're trying to do is really understand those classifications of the groups, what they do, how they impact you. Don't get me wrong, flavor and strain profile are great, but how can we start grouping these terpenes in ways that really classify function, classify how they're going to help people? They all do these very specific things, and we really want to harness that power to really just help people. We started in 2017 with the focus on CBD medication for primarily children with epilepsy and different kinds of seizure ailments. We're making medicine for kids, so the entire premise of this facility was as clean as we can be, as pharmaceutical as we can be, and regardless of if it's a recreational product or a medical product, we still want to make sure that we maintain that quality, maintain that consistency here, and always put out the same repeatable product that we can always stand behind.
Yeah, and that's something that's very important to us with the full spectrum and also helping children with this medicine.
Absolutely.
So how do you balance the fact that as a business you have to make money, but you're also trying to do research that's going to benefit people that aren't a niche that is highly profitable, but a good thing to do?
Here at KASE, this facility is 22,000 square feet, and just being able to do volume is what kind of keeps us running. So we do a fair volume of distillate, we do a fair volume of your hydrocarbon extracts. Costs are so cheap that in a facility like this, I can't put a lot of labor to that type of product and still be able to sell that competitively with what everyone else is doing. So automation is key. When you automate everything, the standard idea is that you're losing quality. So a lot of focus on maintaining quality with that automation.
And that's where Xylem comes in, with being able to provide you with a machine that will fill multiple forms and save that labor for you.
100%. I think it brought our labor costs down from about 10 cents a unit to like 1.5, 2 cents a unit. So huge savings on the fill costs. And again, that allows us to offer more competitive prices to our customers and our clients. So there's a lot of functionality in this unit that we really like. The very first one being the automated hoppers that feed in the hardware and the mouthpieces. So you've got hoppers here that vibrate, push the cartridge into the right orientation, and then feeds it down into the first stage. The unit rotates. We have another station that makes sure that that unit is centered and it continues to turn through the process. As it turns into the station 4, we have the first fill, and then station 5 is the second fill, so it'll fill half of the unit at a time. Station 6 will actually drop the mouthpiece onto the body itself, and as it turns into station 7, then it presses that mouthpiece into place. After it spins from section 7, it goes out to the conveyor belt here and ejects the units into our box. We have our completed unit in, maybe 10 seconds or so as it goes through the entire life cycle of the process. Basically, this streamlines everything that we're doing in terms of filling. So what we were doing previously is we had a manual filler. We'd have one person sitting there filling the units, and we'd have someone else on the other side taking it, capping it, and then doing some QC and pushing it off. What we're able to do here is just essentially assign one person to this unit, and they can still get this running, do some QC, and then still step away for a little bit, each hour to do some other things. We have so many things that require hands. As much as we can automate, we'd love to automate. That's where Xylem comes in. Being such an automated unit where realistically you need one person to load it up, maintain and watch where it's coming from, and that really helps with our quality. So automation is definitely key. It helps keep your costs down, it helps you scale faster, and really, again, make a more consistent, repeatable product every time. If I have a machine that I'm expected to be running all day, every day, and it's not running, that's way too much money that we're losing out on. And with Xylem specifically, we have an issue, they're on the phone immediately, getting it taken care of that day.
So Xylem keeps the bread on the table, so you guys can put the cherry on top later.
That's it. They keep the bread on the table, but it's also, there's a reason we went there as well. It's not just consistency, it's not just automation. Something that works very well for distillate, but something works very well for live resin, something works very well for live rosin, being able to fill at lower temperatures, having that inert headspace and pressure vessel so that you're not losing terpenes when you're heating it, keeping it inert so it's not oxidizing. The way that it continues to preserve the product and it's the most consistent fill and cap, all of these things impact quality in your final product, and all these things are things that have been addressed and understood going into the manufacturing of that equipment. It really helps to maintain the best quality possible from cart to cart.
Yeah, and that's where Xylem sets itself apart, I feel like, because the people that they have with them have operated in and are currently still operating in the market, so they understand what's needed from your standpoint.
Absolutely. The big thing for me about this is consistency. If you're filling like a live rosin or a live resin, you have to do it a little bit colder. It's going to take a lot more time. So if you have, say, 5 minutes between the time you fill your first pen and fill your last, there's going to be some inconsistencies there. That 5 minutes of dwell time can lead to more absorption in the hardware. It can lead to more oxidation just from being exposed to air before it's going to get capped, and it's an inconsistent fill throughout all. So the great thing about this unit is you're going to fill it, you're going to cap it within about a second, second and a half every single time. The consistency is really key because you're going to make the same unit each fill, so that way there's no real questions about quality, there's no real questions about consistency. You know, as long as this thing's running right, we are very confident that each unit that comes out of it is going to be the exact same every time. And it really helps us to be more sustainable because we can put more product out, we can do more business, and we can still use that same labor just to increase our scale on the other side.
Right, so quality, consistent, and a better product for the patient overall.
Yeah, who'd have thunk?
It's amazing when you have to reallocate resources to keep up with the machine.
And that's the thing, you know, we make so many more cartridges now that the staff that we had just for the packaging, that's not gonna play. So we still have those people. You don't wanna cut those people. We wanna continue to create jobs and create value here, so we're able to utilize that and just continue to package and then scale that way.
Yeah, it makes you either more efficient in the process you're already doing, or it allows you to expand into new business areas.
Exactly. Right now we're filling Platinum Vape on this, and they use a few different manufacturers for the hardware that they use. So being able to still fill their same product line, different SKUs, and switch from cart to cart is a huge benefit. To be able to use the exact same unit for all-in-one filling and doing different size cartridges, they are working on being able to fill those other shapes, those other hardwares, those other form factors, so we don't have to search that solution. It's already being addressed for us. With any 510, we're really confident we can put that in there and get a full shift worth of units done. The Xylem is becoming our workhorse. We put a lot through it, and we're really excited to just be able to kind of continue to keep the capacity up for it. Guys, thank you so much for coming out here today. Really appreciate spending time with you.
Yeah, I can't thank the entire team at KASE Manufacturing enough for having us out here. We always talk about there is no SOP for culture, but when you have a team like this, it makes everything that much easier. So thank you to the entire KASE Manufacturing team.
Anytime. Woo!